Hey there, my name is Meghan Lynch and I'm a New York City and Cape Cod wedding and engagement photographer. In today's video, we are talking about how to create a wedding photography timeline. Specifically, how you can quickly create a mock wedding timeline for a prospective couple on a consult call. So let's dive in. I remember when I was first starting out, I was so confused about how to go about creating a wedding timeline that I would actually save the timelines from weddings I had assisted on because I had no idea where to begin or what the average times were for how long each part of the day would take. So I hope this video is especially helpful for the newbies out there. So I'm not creating a mock timeline for every couple that I talk on the phone or a Zoom call with, but typically how the flow of events goes is a couple reaches out on my website via the contact form, and then I send them an email back with all the information and full pricing breakdown of what it would be working with me. And then they look over full wedding galleries, and they let me know if that all looks good. We'll set up a time to chat on the phone or Zoom. So for a lot of the couples I talk to, it's their first time getting married. So a big question they have is, well, how many hours of wedding photography coverage do we really need? We are interested in booking you, but we don't know which collection to go with because we don't know how many hours we should consider having you around for. This is when I tell the couple that I've been a wedding photographer for 10 years. So at this point, I have a pretty good idea how their celebration will play out timeline-wise. And I'm happy to create a mock timeline for them, giving my best guess on the details that they have so far. And I can email them after our Zoom or phone call finishes. So the only thing that I need to create a timeline and what I'll be teaching you today is I just need one time that is set in stone. So a lot of times when couples are doing a consult call, they typically have booked their wedding venue. And normally at that point, even in the early stages, they will have some time already set in stone. Typically, it's the ceremony, cocktail hour, or the reception start time. So if I have a single one of those, I can create a mock timeline for them. In today's example, I'm going to show you my cheat sheet that I use when creating a mock timeline for a couple that has everything on site and they already know that they want to do a first look in order to enjoy their cocktail hour in full. So feel free to take a screenshot of this and use it at your next wedding consult call. Having been a wedding photographer for 10 years and photographed over 100 weddings, this timeline here, giving the estimated times for each part of the day, has been refined many times to essentially create a timeline, in this case, for a wedding day that's all on site and the couple is doing a first look. This would be how much time I need in each section of the day, and it's creating the most stress-free timeline for the couple so they never feel rushed. So if the couple I'm doing a consult call with tells me that their ceremony start time is 4 p.m., as soon as we finish up the call, I go into my Google Doc with the cheat sheet, and then I just start copying and pasting the sections and modifying the time specific to their day. So I'll put in 4 to 4:30 ceremony, and then I'll work backwards and then work forwards again from the ceremony start time. So you can see an example here of how I'd begin creating this mock timeline for the couple. I say mock because I do not have all the details for their day yet, so I reassure the couple that this is my best guess, but if they do end up booking with me, 3 months before their wedding day is when they are going to get my wedding questionnaire, which is going to gather all the information for their day, especially what photo breakdowns they want for family, wedding party, etc. So this is going to be refined as we get closer to the wedding day. But this is a great place to start. And here is the final version. So in this case, I would be recommending 9 hours of wedding photography coverage to my couple or more in case they wanted additional open dance floor coverage or if they had a special exit planned for later in the night. So what happens next? What I'm going to do is I'm going to create 2 mock timeline options for my couple. In this case, it would be probably the 9-hour option and a 10-hour option as well. And then a couple ways to present this to the couple is I'm going to send a follow-up email after our phone or Zoom call. It's going to go over what we chatted about on the call and what the next steps would be if they wanted to move forward booking with me. And I'm going to link or attach a document showing these 2 timeline options, what I consider the best amount of coverage for their day. Within the follow-up email, you can share a link to a Google Doc with those 2 timelines. You can put them into Canva and create a cute design, export as a PDF, and attach it to the email. Or you can do what I do typically is I will create a hidden page off of my website with the 2 timelines, and I will share that link in the follow-up email. A couple of very important notes. So I didn't put it in here, but I will write in what time sunset is on the couple's wedding day, and I'll put pop out for sunset portraits during whatever time golden hour is on their day. I put in bumper time for the transition points of the day always. So if we finish early, awesome. So if you're looking at this example timeline and saying, wow, she spends X amount of time in this portion, it's probably just because I'm trying to make sure that no part of the day feels rushed for my couple. For large traditional weddings, I only photograph weddings 8 hours and up. With 6 hours, couples are removing either the getting ready portion of their day or some of the reception formalities, and I didn't want my couples to have to decide between one or the other because it's their wedding day, and I also think it's more fun to document the whole story of their day. So in most scenarios, I have now presented myself as an expert by sharing the timeline with my couple and reassuring them that based on the information I have at this point, this would give them the most stress-free wedding day possible. They look at the 2 options I give them, whether it's the 9-hour or 10-hour, and they say, this looks amazing. We want to go with the 9-hour collection. If there are some cases where the couple needs to scale back on price a little bit and they're asking me if I can create an 8-hour mock timeline, the way to do that is I'm going to pull time away from the open dance floor, and if needed, I'll take away some of the getting ready portion of their day, and that's how I'd bring it to an 8-hour timeline. Again, for this example and the cheat sheet that I'm giving you today, this would be for a prospective wedding couple that is going to have everything on site and they already know that they're going to do a first look. So I create a few wedding timeline cheat sheets for me. So I'll have options with a first look, without a first look, if things are on site, or if there's going to be travel in between locations. I basically have those already created so I can finish a consult call, quickly whip up a few timeline options, and then send it directly to my couple. So it would be my recommendation to create a couple of those as well. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can be notified of any new videos that I post. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. You can leave a comment if you have a request for another video I should make. seriously, I have gotten a few recommendations already that are on the list for me to make in the future. So if you've got an idea of something that you want me to talk about, I'm happy to make a video for you. If you'd like to work together, you can head to my website, which is meghanlynchphotography.com, and any links to my gear or programs I use will be in the description of this video. I only recommend the programs and products that I actively use and like. I hope you guys have a great day and stay tuned for another video.